Yes, I would like to first. I would like to invite Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn go first. Yeah, Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, can you introduce a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me right now?
Yes, very
yes.
clear.
So my name is Phạm Nam Sơn. Actually my background is the landscape designer. So it looks like a landscape engineering. And right now I'm a student of Sustainable Urban Development 2020. And basically I'm in the second semester right now. I'm studying online in Vietnam with the lecture from Germany. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for your introduction. And I would like to invite Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ. Please give a short introduction about yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nguyễn Hoài Vũ, and my background is architect. I am also a student of SUD 2020, and I am in Germany now to do the second semester.
Yes, thank you for your introduction, and I would like to express my gratitude about for your participation for the session today. So the second question for you, that why you know about the SUD program, and why you choose VGU to study for your master degree. Yes, so I would like to invite Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ share with us about the reason why you choose SUD program in Vietnamese-German University.
At first, when I do my major and I do my profession, I realized that I need something deeply behind my work, for example, about political framework or environmental protections. So that's why I choose this program. And I know VGU actually from Facebook.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So, Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, can you tell us the reason why you choose SUD in Vietnamese-German University?
Yeah. So at first I know about this study from VGU from my friend, and I actually find this kind of master program for a really long time. And I just found around here, just we have Thailand, something like that. And one day I noticed the VGU in Vietnam, we have this major, and then I joined it. And my background is I work on the landscape for the urban landscape. So I think something related to the urban and management will be really good for me in the future. So I try to get this.
Yes, thank you for your sharing. So Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, because you have studied for the SUD program, can you share the description about the curriculum of the program to all the participants here?
Yeah. So from my experience until now, so I just have passed the first semester. So the lecture in VGU, they give us a really wide range about the knowledge, about the basic knowledge, about everything, about the architect, about the urban, about the economic, even with the law, something like that. And right now in the second semester, we are studying more detail in water urban, rustic urban, green building, some kind of that in Germany. And in the next semester, as I remember, we will study more about the planning, some kind of that, and the last for the thesis. So for me, all of the lecture here, all of them still help me a lot for the future.
Yeah, thank you for your sharing. So I would like to come up with Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ about the curriculum of the program. Do we have any practical knowledge beside the theoretical knowledge for the SUD program? Mr. Hoài Vũ, can you share with us about the curriculum and practical knowledge of the SUD program?
Okay, I'm sorry because I cannot unmute, but now it's okay.
Yes.
Yes, beside the theory, as Sơn has mentioned, the theory part is a wide range of different disciplinary. But beside the theoretical part, we also have some application part. For example, I just shown an excursion for the water exam. I'm sorry, for the water module, water in urban development. And this is the application part.
Yes, thank you for your sharing. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu to mention again and share with us about on the curriculum of the SUD program. Yes, I would like to invite Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu. Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Very clear.
All right. Regarding about the program, the design of each module, we believe that we try to make a balance between the theoretical session and the application and practical session. And most of the modules in the SUD program was designed in a project-based model. And project-based means that you need to solve some technical problems or social problems, environmental or economic problems. And normally they are multidisciplinary issues. And through the multiple exercises and small and then larger projects. So you need to work individually or in a group that develop your capacity to solve problems. Or I mean, when you have when we design the project-based module, it means a combination between the theoretical issues and the application of practical issues.
Yes, thank you for your sharing, Dr. Nguyễn Hiếu. Can you, Dr. Nguyễn Hiếu, can please stay with us for one more question? Can you mention about the strong point of the program of SUD, especially the program come from Germany? Is there any advantage compared to other programs? Yeah, I would like to repeat again. Can you share with us the advantage of the SUD program?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. The strong points that we believe that there are two issues that we designed as a program. First one is that we make the program to transcend the planning master program into development. And it means that everything you plan or everything you design, you have to think about how will it be implemented, how will it be applied in future. So making implementable plan is important, and you have to think about a logical framework, the tools and policies, partners, and how you raise finance or how you work with others to make it happen. So making implementable plan is a very critical, and it is important for SUD. And the second one is that you have to work with multidisciplinaries, with a lot of people, and force that international in an international environment with foreign and very good professors from Germany and from other countries, and you work with students, and a lot of them are very critical, very dedicated. So you are trained by yourself, by together with the classmates and professor in a competitive international environment. So these are the two points that we believe to make this one unique and advantage and competitive.
Yeah, thank you for your sharing, Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu. So I would like to come up with two guests here, that Mr. Nguyễn Phạm Nam Sơn and Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ. First, Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ, can you share with us any difficulties that you meet during the time of studying in SUD?
Yeah, to be honest, very a lot of difficulty for the second semester. For example, this second semester is organized different with the first semester in Vietnam, because we have to learn to study on the modules at the same time. So it requires us to arrange our time very strictly to follow on the modules, and the amount of lectures and the workload is a lot.
And yes, how about you, Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn? Is there any difficulties that you have experienced during the time you study?
Yeah. Actually, first time I program with the 100% from, so it's quite hard for me to try to how to deal with the English module, English teaching and learning, even in Vietnam, because when I come to with you, it's not like a Vietnamese English. It's like really hard English, and we have to study a lot, like the vocabulary and grammar, to understand deeply in the content. And the same with Mr. Vũ, when at this COVID time I have to study online. So some of the module in Germany, it may be harder for me because I have to study more different major, like the water, like the green building, like the law, something like that. But I love that because I can know more about the knowledge.
Yes, thank you. And Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, does SUD program help you with your work in the future? And do you have any plan for any job and career in the future?
Yeah, actually, I am sure. Actually, before I joined the SUD, I can say I am a coordinator, like a team leader. But in the future, I want to become some kind of the project management. So that means I need to know why the knowledge about every kind of the content, every kind of the major. So of course, like possible like the law, I can know more about the law in Vietnam and even in the world. So that will help me a lot in the future for the project management.
Yes, thank you. And how about you with the Nguyễn Hoài Vũ? Do you have any plan for your future career after you graduate?
Yeah, of course, because I am running my own business. So SUD program is very helpful for me to continue to manage my own business. For example, in the field of economy or the policy, and one of the most favorite things that I figure out from this program is about it's a technical terms. It is about net zero carbon building. It is what I am researching.
Yes, thank you for your sharing. One more question that we often receive when we organize on the session for the master student is that the way that we balance between the study and the life. Because study master that we have, the SUD is a full-time program that you have to study from Monday to Friday, around 8 hours per day. So it's very difficult for us to maintain between the work and the life and the study. Can you give on the participant here some advice for how can you balance between the study and the life, and how can you reach the target of your study in the best result? So Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, can you go first?
Yeah. When I decide to join in the SUD program, so I said that I will put in 100% of my time. That means I left my company because I want to really concentrate on my studying, because I know this year it's not a really easy course. It's really hard for me, so I need to concentrate. But it's kind of lucky for me because I still can try to find some how to say, the part-time job at the end, like the Saturday and Sunday, and someday I do a freelancer job to fulfill my tuition fee, some kind of that. So in all for me, I try to concentrate on my studying.
Yes, thank you. And how about you, Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ? Can you share about how can you balance between the study and your life? And did you get any part-time job during the time?
Actually, I still receive job. For example, designing or run some small interior projects, and I think to balance the time of studying and the time of relaxing, we can relax at night and focus when we attending the lecture. Just focus on when we attending the lecture, and then we can relax at night, or we can relax at the weekend.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for your sharing. Now I would like to ask Dr. Nguyễn Hiếu to share about some advice for the candidate and for the student of SUD program, how to keep their study going on. And because this is the international program that we have many international students who study here. So is there any part-time job for the student, and any scholarship available for all the students when they study in SUD program?
Yes, I believe that students can still have their own life, even with the hard working load, or I mean studying requirements during the module. However, you still have your own life and still have time to enjoy your time during the weekend or in the evening with friends or relatives. If you concentrate on the work together with students in the class, so I don't think that you need to spend too much time at home, because it is very efficient if you work together with other students in a group work. And the design of the module also help you to reinforce the knowledge gradually. So don't worry much about the workload, but look at the way you study and work together is more in a very efficient way. The second issue that you may think about is that if you're international students and whether you have a chance to work, I can say yes, there are certain kinds of work. You can work as a professional. I mean, home working, wherever you are, you can work from this with a lot of outsourcing contract these days. You can also work as a kind of having experience internationally with communities or with voluntary work. In VSU, we have a voluntary community, and we have number of jobs may offer for students, as well as for as SUD students, or as a VSU student as a whole. And lecturers also have some projects, different kinds of projects, and we can organize projects. You work together, or we have projects. You work with professors or other experts. And the other stuff is that you can work for some other kind of companies, local companies, like teaching English or teaching, let's say, mathematics, whatever. But I wouldn't recommend that you spend too much time on the thing that will not develop your skills, future skills. If it is important for financing, for support of your finance, to choose any work that develop your future career. And that's my advice. And for international students, Vietnam is very beautiful country, and then spend some time and the projects that help you to travel. So even travel within the Ho Chi Minh City region or travel around country, it worth to do so when you are young and energetic. Regarding about the scholarship, yes, we have scholarship in VGU. We named them merit scholarship. Maybe my colleague, Mr. Tu, will explain a little bit about merit scholarship later. But especially with SUD program, we have a special scholarship that the IID support the SUD and VU so far. And Professor Linker is an academic director of the program. He's the one who won a lot of scholarships so far for the SUD program. And over past few years, during COVID time, SUD students could have the surplus scholarship that support students during the COVID time. And we have scholarships to go to Germany to fully support students to go to Germany, including the travel and accommodation and other allowance that you will stay and study for free for the whole 6 months in Germany, including the insurance. And if you know how to handle, you can travel a lot for free as well. And some students could not go to Germany, and some may even have scholarship to go to the Germany in the 4th semester to do the master, thesis. Some won that scholarships, but not all for sure. And the next year, scholarship may vary, and we cannot ensure that how many scholarship to go to Germany from the DRD, or scholarship to support for COVID time with the students having difficult situation during the pandemic and social distancing. But yes, we are applying. I mean, as a program as a SUD program, we apply for some scholarship from the DRD this year as well, and we will inform you very soon about the result once we got it.
Yeah.
And merit scholarship, Mr. Tu, can you explain a little bit further?
Yes, I want to explain again about the scholarship or SUD program. We have many kinds of scholarship. First, we have the merit scholarship. It's around 25 to 30% of the student that will get a scholarship. Around 5% of the top student will get a scholarship equivalent to 100% of a tuition fee. And 25%, 10% of the next student that get the high GPA score will get the scholarship equivalent to 50% of the tuition fee. And the next is 10% of the student with the next highest GPA score will get the 30% of the got a scholarship that equivalent to the 30% of the tuition fee. And besides, as mentioned by Dr. Hill, we have the DAD scholarship, the scholarship that the scholarship, we have two kinds: the supply scholarship for students that study in Vietnam, and DAAD scholarship that granted for on the fees to travel and study one semester at a partner university. And that scholarship will cover on about the flight ticket and give you about a accommodation fee for each month. So now, because Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ has got the DAAD scholarship, I would like Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ to share about the way that he can prepare for the DAAD scholarship proposal. Is there any advice? Is there any tips to give for all the participants here to get the scholarship, especially DAAD scholarship? Yes, Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ, please share about your journey to get a DAAD scholarship.
Yeah, firstly, one prerequisite is that you have to have the IELTS at least band 6, and you have to already prepare it, because I have faced some of my friends could not apply for the DAAD scholarship because they cannot prepare in the right time this IELTS certificate. And secondly, DAAD scholarships department, they usually ask some question about social activities. So you have to balance your study and join in some volunteer activity, especially in VGU and our SUD program. We have annual conference, and you can join it voluntarily. And beside this question, they also ask about the purpose. The purpose when we study SUD program and further career. And especially for the DAAD to go to Germany, they will ask us some question about why we have to go to Germany.
Yes, thank you for your sharing. Do you have anything to share more, Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ? Yes, okay. So now we come to Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn. Can you share about the DAAD scholarship?
Yeah, because Mr. Vũ I say a lot, so I want to add one more really, I think the important thing. So that's to be honest. So you need to be really honest about everything you talk with the teacher, the lecturer, about the people who will give you the scholarship. You need to be honest about any activity you join. That's so from my experience, that's you join the activity for yourself, for your career. It's not you join the activity for only the scholarship and for the purpose. So you need to be honest to the future. Don't muck up anything. So that's the key important thing I want to give. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, thank you for your sharing the DAAD scholarship. To gain the DAAD scholarship is not difficult if you have the right strategies and the right purposes. So if you want to dream about DAAD scholarship and want to have a chance to go to Germany to have one semester study in the partner university, that you have to start now, and you have to start to have your strategy now. We received many questions regarding about the SUD program via our participant. So I would like to invite Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu to answer and share a question. The first question is from Mr. Minh Anh. Mr. Minh Anh or Miss Minh Anh, I'm sorry, I don't know. He or she want to ask you about the possibility to study in the SUD program by the business undergraduate degree. And they have and he, she, and Mr. Minh Anh have a lot of experience in the urban business school, study about globalization, sustainability, sociology, real estate. So is there any chance for him to study SUD program by the business undergraduate degree?
Hi, yes, I see your questions here, and we don't design our program focusing on making you to become a developer. However, we develop the capacity of participants or students in the program to become the consultant of a developer. So yes, we talk and discuss some issues relating to this one, and you have a chance to work with a lot of critical analysis over the market, including the property market. And yes, the customer satisfaction or resident satisfaction is a part of the issue when you design or develop projects, residential project, for example. And there are some tools like multiple criteria analysis, which will help you a lot if you want to improve your design or improve your features of the new projects, and it would help you to make a better project or assess better the potential customers. And if you already have knowledge in with the mindset of the developers or mindset of the one who sell the property, and it really helps because you work in group with designers or engineers and environmentalists, planners in general, and then you would develop the product or the project more lucrative for customers, or making more implementable projects if it is profit oriented. So sure. This is your advantage if you have a practical knowledge in the market, and practical knowledge as the one who work internationally, and we assess or we examine students or candidates in a master program through ability and through about your motivation as well. So your ability and your motivation, if you're strong with skills and knowledge related to the program, and you have motivation, you prepare for that, and then you spend time, and then you are working with the purpose to work in the program, and then we all appreciate, and then you would get advantage during the entrance exam. So so that's my sharing. Minh Anh, is it he or she?
Yes. Thank you. And we have one more question from Crestone. The Crestone want to ask the SUD program about how we study while being remote and being in a way isolated from your cohort. And does VGU create an environment online that mimics a classroom setting with open discussion and even exchange of ideas? I think this is about teaching methodologies of the online teaching that we'll have to face maybe in the next semester. So Dr. Will Hill, can you share your thought about this question?
Yeah, thank you. I really like this question, and we responded a lot of questions like this so far, and from Creston, I remember I replied a number of questions from yourself, and we all really appreciate that because you are very professional and serious about your future and this study with our program. Regarding the online preparation to transform into the online teaching, we we had a number of issues, but we made a lot of efforts that every lectures need to familiarize with a number of software and the new ways of helping you to learn better. If you are away from another, I mean, you may away from visual and away from the site as well. Sometimes you cannot go to the site together. You may need to go to the site on your own, but it is not possible at the moment in Ho Chi Minh City. So we use the classroom, Google Class, actually, Google Class software, where you can socialize, you can react, you can discuss with all the others, and you share a lot of materials with others and use common resources. And yes, there are cameras from cameras and microphones from lecturers, and cameras and microphones in the classroom, so you can see another and other students. But of course that you can feel it, but not the 100% like you are in the classroom. And we also use Mentimeter software to make the polls or to share the rating or analysis or opinions about technical issues. And I mean, try to mimic the way we connect in the class. And there are actually one more method we applied is that we create special session for the one who cannot follow the program or some difficult sessions, and we have Q&A session especially dedicated for those that are away from the class, because last year we organized the offline in-class session in Vietnam and online session for those that are in Germany and other countries. And online students have some difficulties in working away from the class. So we organize special session for those that are working online. That's one of the effort that we made to support you have better learning. And this year maybe we still need to put some more efforts to help you with some technical or difficult issues as well. If we cannot organize the offline class, and we hope that for the first few modules we may need to organize online, or we may have to study online, but later, maybe from November or December, we hope that we can go back to the offline or on early 2022, and then we go back to offline, and then you will, for those who are in Vietnam, can have much better opportunity or better environment to learn directly with lecturers and directly with the classmates. But those who cannot go into Vietnam, we still have some difficulties. And we make all our efforts to help you study online. So yeah, so if you want to follow up or continue, we can explain a bit further. But that's my sharing of the previous semesters in Vietnam.
Yes, thank you for your sharing, Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu. So I would like to ask for the experience from Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ and Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn about how to study online efficiently. Okay, can you, Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, can you share about how we have a strategy to study online to meet our goal and get the maximum result?
Yeah. So for me, to be honest, to learn online, so it's quite a set. But after I passed mostly one semester for online only, because I am in Vietnam and I study online to Germany. But so I feel that it's really not really a difficulty. So for me, I have to study by myself more. I need to read all the content before the class, and then in the class online, I can ask a lot of questions. And even though, so you need to don't be scared to ask the teacher even after the lecture. So after that, you can send them a question via email or in video, and TU Darmstadt, they have kind of the module. The same like and you can post the question there and everybody can see and everybody can join and answer. So it's really easy for me to study online right now. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for your sharing, Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn. How about you, Mr. Nguyễn Hoài Vũ? Can you share about your advice to study online?
Yeah, I agree with Sơn when we review the lecture first before attending the class. Then we can catch up the content of the lecture, and then we can ask some questions. And one difficulty about online studying, I think it is group work. Yes, maybe when I was in when I am in Germany, and one of my friend is in Canada or Vietnam, and it's very tough to figure out the time for the group work.
Yes, thank you for your sharing. So I believe we don't have much time for this session anymore. So I would like to ask Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu to say some things and to finalize for on the session. For on the session and any advice for on the SUD candidate that they will apply for this semester, semester 2021. Yes.
This is a very difficult time for many, and including students, and for even though for professors or lecturers in general. But we know that things when we go back to a new normal, and there are more opportunities after about a bit of slack over past few years as well as in near future. And there are more opportunities for you once you are equipped with new skill and knowledge, and spend your time wisely. It is to go to study at this time, and prepare and develop your capacity is a very good and wise solution. And we are looking forward to see you. For those who are already applied or admitted or enrolled, and we encourage for those who are thinking about or considering to join SUD program in this year, and we will welcome you, and we are already open. We'll still open the next round. I mean the last one for this program, and we prepare the best, make all of the efforts to make your time more meaningful, and to develop a career and develop your future with us.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu. So I believe that this is a very great conclusion. So I would like to thank you, Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hiếu, for your participation. Thank you, Mr. Phạm Nam Sơn, and thank you, Mr. Phạm Hoài Vũ. If you have any question regarding about the SUD program, you can contact with the Vietnamese-German University, and we will deliver that question to all the relevant coordinator and lecturer to fulfill your answer. So I would like to wish all of you the good health and the consistent to overcome this pandemic disease. And we hope that to see all of candidates of the SUD 2021 in the visual campus in Vietnam in the next couple months. And thank you again. And thank you again for your participation today.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care of yourself. Thank you, Mr. Tu.
Yes, thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Vũ and Sơn. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.